Let's be honest, in the world of digital transformation, data automation is almost always the biggest headache. Well, today we're looking at a partnership between Mage AI and Trimlogic that claims it can solve that exact problem. So let's see how they're planning to change the game.
So get this. What if you could build data pipelines in minutes, not weeks? I know, it sounds like a ridiculously bold claim. For any tech leader out there, the idea of shrinking that development cycle from weeks of painful manual coding down to just a few minutes, well, it probably seems a little too good to be true. And that's the exact pain point we're diving into today.
The promise here is simple, but honestly, pretty profound. It's all about unlocking a completely new level of automation that directly puts your business into high gear. We're not talking about small little improvements here. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how you handle your data and your processes.
So why is this kind of shift so critical right now? Well, it all comes down to what you could call the modernization bottleneck. You know, so many companies find themselves being held back by the very systems that once made them successful. They become these heavy anchors, just slowing down every single attempt at transformation.
Now, I'm willing to bet these challenges on the screen look incredibly familiar. We're talking about those super complex legacy systems. You know, maybe it's an old IBM mainframe or a tangled mess of a BPM stack that are just impossible to change. And that, of course, leads to more and more technical debt, where every new project is just built on a shaky foundation. You add in all the slow, manual processes and the constant pressure of compliance, and you've got yourself a perfect storm of inefficiency.
And this slide just lays out the difference perfectly. The old way? That's weeks, sometimes months of someone painstakingly coding by hand. It's always high risk. The new way completely flips that script. Just imagine using a simple AI-driven prompt, like literally typing, create a pipeline to move customer data from Salesforce to Snowflake and mask all the personal info, and boom, the foundation is built for you. Then you get a guided, secure deployment that doesn't bring your entire operation to a halt.
Okay, so how do we actually get to this new way? Well, the core tech that's making all this happen is Mage AI. Let's dig into it. It's a platform built from the ground up for today's data engineering world.
Okay, here is the first and maybe biggest game changer. Mage AI lets you create data pipelines using just plain language. So instead of writing all that complex code, you just describe what you need in English and an AI copilot helps you build it. I mean, this doesn't just speed things up, it opens the door for so many more people on your team to actually contribute. It just massively lowers the barrier to entry.
The next crucial point is this is not a rip-and-replace solution. We all know how painful those are. Mage AI is actually built to connect seamlessly with the big enterprise platforms you're already using, whether that's IBM, SAP, custom APIs, you name it. It works with your ecosystem, not against it.
And for anybody out there thinking about the long-term strategy, this next point is absolutely huge. Mage AI is built on an open architecture with really transparent pricing. This means you get the flexibility to grow and scale without that constant fear of being locked into a single vendor's ecosystem forever.
So, to kind of wrap it all up, here's the more formal definition. Mage AI is a collaborative, cloud-native platform that handles the entire data workflow from start to finish. The key thing to remember here is that it covers the whole spectrum, from building and automating all the way to deploying really complex analytics and even machine learning pipelines. Okay, so we've heard all the promises. Sounds great, right? But does it actually work in the real world? Let's look at the proof, because this is where the story gets really, really compelling.
Let's just start with a number that really speaks for itself. When one customer was migrating their old, clunky enterprise content management workflows, their ECM, they saw a 60% reduction in setup time. 60%! I mean, that is a massive, massive efficiency gain.
So, that 60% number? That came from a retail client. And they didn't just migrate those complicated legacy workflows with incredible speed, they also achieved 24/7 data reliability. That's the crucial part. It's not just faster, it's actually better. They unlocked totally new AI capabilities for their sales analytics and just dramatically cut down on manual work. And this isn't just a one-trick pony for retail. In healthcare, another client automated their patient record management using Mage. And the result? They were able to deliver instant, actionable metrics to the business while, get this, enhancing their compliance and data security. That's tackling two of the absolute biggest challenges in that entire industry at the same time.
Look, a powerful tool is one thing,
But getting it to work successfully inside a big, complex organization, that's a whole different beast. And this is where the partnership with Trimlogic really becomes essential. It's all about combining that powerful tech with deep, strategic expertise.
This table just breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you've got Mage AI's incredible technology, the AI platform, the seamless integration, even self-healing pipelines that can automatically fix themselves. But on the other side, you've got Trimlogic's strategic guidance, their deep enterprise knowledge, their expert migration planning. It's this 1-2 punch that turns a really great tool into a complete, successful solution.
So if any of this is resonating with the challenges you're facing, you might be wondering, okay, what do I do next? Well, the path forward is designed to be really straightforward and honestly pretty low risk.
It's a simple path forward. First, it starts with scheduling a workshop, just to see how this could apply to your unique situation. From there, you'll get a really clear assessment of the potential business value. And finally, you can launch a fully supported trial with both Mage and Trimlogic engineers to prove the value for yourself with almost no risk.
And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. Just take a moment and imagine, what could you and your teams truly, actually achieve if your data infrastructure finally became your greatest accelerator instead of your biggest obstacle?